Welcome back to today's video. We're gonna go into the weight room, hit some lower body work, focus on some explosive power. We've got some plyos to do. We have some contrasting sets of explosive loaded jumps followed by unloaded jumps. Probably gonna do some cleans as well, thrown in there somewhere. What I wanted to do is do the intro of the video here at home because I'm pretty sure the gym's gonna be crowded today. Saturdays usually have people in there throughout, so I wanted to make sure I can get an intro in. The other thing that I wanted to do was show you guys this right here. Now, I've been talking a lot about the 5,000 subscriber goal that we have. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm releasing a free program. It's gonna be a 5-day-a-week track program. It's just a free program to get you guys into some of the training that you guys see me doing. The one question I get a lot from people is they want to know how they can introduce sprinting into their own programs, and they want to get out and start sprinting more, and they want to get onto the track. They don't know how to start, where to start. Maybe they haven't been training sprints for 5, 10, 15 years, probably since they were in high school, or if they were in college and now they've graduated, gone on, whatever it might be. This program is an 8-week-long program, 5 days a week. I wanted to show you guys the actual program. I've been talking about it and I've told you guys that it's done, but I think we can get some more excitement if I actually show you guys a little bit of the program. I'm not going to give you guys the program in full, obviously, but the way it's going to start off is we have some suggested warm-ups. As you guys know, the suggested warm-ups for me is just kind of a general warm-up. You guys can do whatever you want. But then the way that this is going to be broken down is I've got week 1, 5 days a week, week 2, 5 days a week, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, and week 8. Ending on week 8 with a 40-yard dash test, which this program is kind of focused on developing the acceleration and max velocity needed to run a fast 40-yard dash. The program is done. I printed it off. I don't need to print it off, obviously, because I have the file on my computer, but I wanted to give you guys something physical to kind of see. The program exists. It's ready. It's done. All we need to do is get the channel to 5,000 subscribers, and this program becomes free. When I mean free, I mean free. There's no hidden charge. There's nothing that you need to pay for. It's absolutely free. You'll be able to download the PDF and print off the program and have all 8 weeks that you can keep forever. All we need to do is get the channel to 5,000 subscribers, and this program is released for everybody. So I know you guys have heard me say it's done. I wanted to actually physically show you today that the program is done. This is all 8 weeks of the program here laid out for you guys. So 5,000 subscribers on the channel, and you guys will have access to that program. You can use it as you choose. It is going to be 5 days a week. Some of those days are just easy tempo conditioning type days. So even if you wanted to continue to lift, you could throw these sessions into your lifting program or whatever it is that you're doing and still gain some of the benefit of getting out onto the track, doing some speed work, doing some sprints, having a little bit of fun with some of the stuff that you guys see me doing. I should also mention too, links down below in the YouTube description. The other programs that I sell are down there. I have a Unit 2.0 program, which is very similar to what you guys have seen me do on this channel over the last month and a half. Sprinting, jumping, weightlifting, all that is built into a 16-week program. It starts off with 8 weeks of kind of building that base foundation. There's some isometric work, some eccentric work in there, and then it turns into 8 weeks of using that base of strength and developing power and being more explosive and building on that kind of fast twitch, rate of force development and the later half of that program. That's on there. There's another program I did with Will Rattel called Haas Unit. So it's our 2 training philosophies kind of molded into one program, a little bit of Will, a little bit of me, into a 9-week program. You guys can have that on there as well. And then once this program becomes free, you'll be able to click that same link, download this program with no charge. So, all right, but before we get into today's workout, we gotta chug the pre. A little bit of spillage. Let's go to the gym.
So as predicted, I was right. The music was kind of bumping.
I was getting a lot of feedback on the microphone, so I didn't want to get hit with copyright issues, which I explain later. But warming up for the depth jumps today, did a couple drops, did a couple easy depth jumps. I changed up the sets and the reps that I did. So normally I've been doing 4 sets of 10. Today I did sets of 5, but kept the overall volume the same. So rather than doing 4 sets of 10, I did 8 sets of 5. 4 of those sets were done from 75 centimeters, as you see here. And then 4 of those sets were done from 1 meter, which is going to be going off of the 5 boxes that you see as I stack them up over on the next reps. But the focus on this was I wanted to get the same amount of volume, but I wanted to make it feel like each set was more intense. Sometimes doing that volume of 10 repetitions, especially going from 1 meter, can get really fatiguing. So I didn't want to be so much on that fatigue side, and I wanted to stay more on that explosive side. So I dropped those repetitions down, but I knew I still needed to get the overall volume to kind of get the benefit from doing the depth jumps. So I did the 8 sets of 5 versus the 4 sets of 10. So we'll do that again next week, see how it goes. After the depth jumps today, moved on into the box power clean. The only thing I had set for box power cleans today was I wanted to get 4 solid sets in above 140. So first set here, 145. I think I went to 155 next, and then I did 160, 165. Everything was supposed to just move clean, be fast, feel like it was moving really well, which is exactly what happened. The barbell was moving great. The loads on the bar felt like they were pretty easy. So I didn't want to go super heavy today because we are going to be hitting some heavier sessions and harder work going into next week. So just kind of get little touches of it prior to going into what's going to be a heavier week. All right. So the first half of today's session, music was going. I saw on the mic, it was picking up a lot of it. I don't want to get hit with copyright claims on YouTube. Then your videos don't get out to people because you've got music in it, all sorts of stuff. So just kind of montaged that first half together. And then now we're gonna move on to the jumps. So B stance, squat jump from a static position into an approach box jump, 2 reps on each leg. And then we're gonna do 2 reps on the approach jump. So B stance again, just a slight stagger. Majority of that push should be off of that front leg. Back leg will still be in assistance, but because of the angle it's in, it's not going to be a very strong assistance. So we'll do 2 reps on the left leg, 2 reps. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a lot lower than what I did last week. Let me go grab another box. All right, that's better. I don't want to be super deep on that front leg position. That felt like a full range of motion squat. I definitely don't want to be in a full range of motion squat. B stance, 2 reps on the left leg, much better position here. Then we go into an approach box jump. There we go. All right, it's a little warm in here. Decided I needed to pop the top. I guess this makes me an official YouTuber. I feel like if you have a wireless microphone clipped onto your hat, you've officially become a YouTuber. And I have succumbed to the wireless microphone clipped onto the hat today. It's getting warm in here. Wanted to take the shirt off. I have a rule that I normally do. Like I train in half tights, basically is what you call them. I have a rule. Either pop the top or train in tights. Very rarely, if ever, almost never will I do both. Which means if I'm training in just tights, I'm gonna wear a shirt. If I'm taking my shirt off, I'm gonna keep my pants on. I don't know what it is. It's just weird to be in the gym just wearing half tights. It's not weird to do that at the track. Like I'll go to the track and run in just half tights. But for whatever reason, being in the gym to me is weird just wearing tights and no shirt. So if I'm gonna have tights on, I'm gonna wear a shirt. If I'm taking the shirt off, I'm gonna have shorts or pants on. I don't know what it is. It's like one or the other, can't be both. Other thing here, these crash pads, which is what they are, they're not plyo boxes, they're just crash pads. I get questions about it all the freaking time about what brand they are. It doesn't matter what the brand is. This brand isn't available anywhere else other than Iceland. So I don't tell people what the brand is because it's not gonna be beneficial to them. They're just crash pads. You can go onto Rogue, you could just Google crash pads, whatever it is you wanna do. There's nothing special about them. I've actually seen this exact model with like the red sides, the black top on it, just rebranded with like different companies. I'm pretty sure that this is just a crash pad that's made in China. You could wholesale these if you want, plaster your own logo on them and sell them by yourselves. But I've seen with this specific logo, this little barbell on the pad logo, I've seen that on probably 4 to 5 different branded boxes. So the brand of the box doesn't matter. Just Google red crash pads and you'll probably find 3 or 4 different variations of these. They're not super expensive, but we don't have jerk blocks, so these work really well in a replacement for jerk box, but they also kind of suck because they do move around a lot. So ideally, if you have jerk blocks, use those. But if you don't have jerk blocks, getting a bunch of crash pads might be an option for you. On this, when you're jumping, because you have those boxes here, try to get yourself into a low catch position and allow the barbell to kind of land back on top of the box. Don't jump and land with that load on your back. For me, that's not very comfortable. It's the same thing as like bringing jerks back down for multiple reps. I hate going overhead and bringing that bar and crushing my shoulders. The jump does the same thing, so having the barbell on your back, jumping in the air, and if you land on the ground with that bar not touching the box, that weight is just gonna crush. Even though it's not super heavy, you're still gonna feel that it's not very comfortable. So allow yourself to kind of fall down and allow the barbell to hit the blocks and kind of take the majority of that load off of your shoulders. Last thing we're gonna do is some banded kettlebell swings. I believe last week when I did this, I did sets of like 5 or 6 reps with just the green band. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more band tension today because we only have one kettlebell at this gym. So ideally you can go heavier on the kettlebell, but more band tension never hurts. So as we do this again, we're gonna be getting the kettlebell moving a little bit before we start counting our reps, and then we'll start counting. We'll do 5 to 6 like explosive heavy reps, get a little bit more hinge pattern for today's movements, something that kind of flows with the session for today. Probably end up doing just 2 to 3 sets on this. So again, get it moving, and then pulled my foot forward on that. Not a lot of high reps on that, not a lot of sets. Probably do 3 on that. As I'm moving towards the end of this phase, I'm kind of changing up what I think I'm gonna do to end this phase off. So the thing I've been most focused on is a lot of the speed work. I haven't really been focused too much on specifically any of the weight room stuff. All of my weight room stuff, especially for the last 4 weeks, has been specifically about just being fast, explosive, not necessarily about moving weight, trying to move the heaviest load. So as we go into the next week, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking out weight room days and focus a little bit more on the track and prepare for that 40-yard dash, maybe do a broad jump. I don't think I'm gonna max out on any lifts. I think I'm just gonna end the session with some speed testing. I posed the question probably last week about what should be the next transition in terms of training should be. I have a weightlifting invitational that I'm gonna do in October, but there's really kind of like a 6 to 8 week period where I feel like I don't have a plan on what I want to do yet. I posed the question on, should I do a full-blown track program, try to get as fast as possible? Should I do more of a strength program, try to get as strong as possible? I've been thinking about it. A lot of people want to see a track program. A lot of people want to see a strength program. I haven't done a strength cycle in probably at least 4 months since I've actually done like a true strength cycle. So, I mean, I'm torn again where I want to go, but I had an idea yesterday. I've kind of built Unit, which is my training brand, on being able to kind of do a little bit of everything. And knowing that I have a weightlifting competition in October, even though it's an invitational, it's not a competition, I think I want to just try to do it all. I have a long enough period, rather than trying to do something for a short period of time, like 8 weeks, and then transition to get ready for the invitational, because I got about 18 to 19 weeks, if I calculated it properly, between the end of next week to the beginning of October. I mean, we're gonna have pretty much half of May, all of June, all of July, all of August, all of September. That's 5 months. So rather than taking 2 months out of that and trying to do something super specific and then focus on the weightlifting stuff, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start my speed work in 2 weeks. So at the end of next week, I'm gonna start training my track work to be more specific for like the 60 and 100 meter dash. But I'm also going to go into a strength cycle at the same time and reintroducing a lot more technical work on the Olympic lifts. I think that's gonna be a fun experiment to try to train for the 100 while also trying to get as strong as you can, doing some Olympic lifting. When the invitational comes around in October, like, I want to show out. Like, it's supposed to be a show. It's not a competition. They invite a lot of people who are known to be good lifters. I don't want to just show up and do like a 315 snatch. I want to do like a 350 snatch or 155 kilo snatch. And then I want to try to clean and jerk 190, 200, 205, whatever it might be. So I think in order to hit those numbers that I want, I've got to start a little bit earlier than like the 8 to 12 weeks that I thought I would need prior to that invitational, because it's going to be about a show, and I want to put on a show, try to do as much as I can. So I think we're going to try to do it all. It might backfire. We'll probably make a lot of adjustments as it goes, but like Unit, the brand that I've built, is kind of being about like being able to be big, being able to be fast, being able to be strong, all at the same time. And I feel like if I transition too far one way or too far the other, I'm kind of getting away from the brand that I built. Plus, I like trying to do multiple things at the same time. So training to be fast and strong and explosive and have the ability to do weightlifting at a high level and still run a 4.40. All that kind of stuff to me is what is exciting, and it makes me really focused on being experimental with the training and figure out things that work and don't work. So I think we're gonna do it all. Oh, I feel like the band wants to like pull my feet up. We're gonna call that good for today. Man, today's session overall pretty good. So because of that Thursday rest day, I had to move everything down one day. So today being Saturday, normally Saturdays I would be doing my upper body stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna move that upper body day to Sunday or if I'm just gonna take Sunday off, hit the track on Monday and start prepping kind of like a 10-day period where we're going to move into testing that 40 and trying to just get out there and drop a blazing fast 40. We'll figure it out. So again, reminder, if you like today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe. If you like what you saw, 5,000 subscribers and the program is yours for free. I'm excited about getting this out because I want to see people get the benefit from this. So those people in the comments trying to pump up the algorithm, all that kind of stuff, I appreciate it. I'm just excited to get the program out as you guys are to get the program. Subscribe to the channel, 5,000 free program for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.